Guitar parts have finally arrived. Wow, I'm very sunburned. Right, so this is the stuff. And all of this is actually worth $300. Even though it doesn't look like it, it's because it's music stuff. Right, so here's all the stuff. What this is, I should maybe explain what I'm doing. I'm modifying my Donner my Donner Stratocaster, and I'm going to hopefully turn it into a Tom DeLong-ish style Stratocaster. And actually, I'm going to show you the guitar. Let's do that before I do all this. Right, so this is the guitar. Now, this is actually already a pretty nice guitar. I mean, it's a Donner. It's a little sad sound Fender. But it has some very nice features. Yes, so this, right now we got humbucker, double coil, whatever you want to call it. Single coil. So it's, what, SSH, HSS. And then you got this 5-way selector switch, which switches that one, those, just that, whatever, standard. And then here you've got tone, and volume. I should show those. Tone, volume. And when you pull on this, the volume knob pops up like that, and that turns this humbucker into a single coil. Basically turns off one of the coils. I think that's called coil splitting, but that might be a different thing. Anyway, pretty cool guitar. I like it a lot, but could be cooler. So that's what we're doing. Gonna modify it. And actually, I should show you a picture of the guitar I want it to look like. Anyway, this is Tom DeLong's. Right, back to all the stuff. So this is the beautiful pickguard. Yeah, that pickguard, number one. We've also got a volume pod or potentiometer, and then we've got this, just a back plate, or what's that called? Harmonic plate, something. And then this, this, I'm actually going to talk about this later, but it's a P-rail. I'll explain that in a bit. You might already know what that is. It's a nice pickup. Then this is very weird. It's not a standard 5-way switch. It's actually called a super switch. I don't know if you can see how freaking complicated and steampunk it looks. But it's basically a big, complicated guitar switch that will hopefully allow me to do more features. Then I've got these, which are just little volume knobs, but they're Tom DeLong-y, style-y. I don't know why there's so many E's and I's at the end of that. I also got some black pickguard screws, kind of randomly. Sweetwater sends you candy. One of the most important things in there. Yeah, I also have guitar picks, but only because I'm out. This is the important stuff. Anyway, now I gotta put it in the guitar. Right, so first thing I need to do is take off the pickguard. And the nice thing about Strats in general is that all the pickups and switches and electronics and stuff are all just attached to the pickguard. So the plan on this guitar is actually to take this pickguard out and leave it 100% intact, and then just assemble all the new electronics on this pickguard. And then, in theory, I can just switch them on and off, because the pickguard's what's got all the stuff on it. It's not really hurting the guitar if I just pull the strings off and put a new one on. Anyway, but yeah, let's take this off. Alright. Well, I can't really show it, I guess, because it's attached. Okay, there we go. that is all the electronics. And that is the very sad guitar. Sweet. So now that this is out, I can sort of explain how it works and then build another one. Right, so kind of how this works is these two wires go to this thing, which is the input-output jack. This wire goes to this little metal plate thing on the back of the guitar. I think it's just ground. And then that's the single coil in the front, two single coils, humbucker, all the wires, and that all run to this, which is the 5-way selector switch. They all are grounded on the potentiometers. This, as you can see, is way bigger than the other ones, and that's this coil splitting potentiometer. Yeah, that's kind of everything. Honestly, this is really simple. So now I just need to do basically the same thing on the other one. Right, so the next thing to do is cut out the slot for the 5-way selector switch. So you can see I've taped and marked that. And I made several templates for this, and they worked, but I'm still very scared going into this because if I screw it up, I have to buy a whole new one, and I only have $9 left. So scary. Right, so somewhere around here my microphone died, but I guess I'll just narrate. I built this little jig thing with a bit of wood, and I simply place the router in a little hole that I drilled and move it back and forth to cut a slot. This was actually one of the most nerve-wracking parts of the entire project because if I do mess this up, then I have to start all over. Although, it looks like I did it right. I don't know why I'm saying that. Obviously, I've already done that, and I know that it turned out right, but, build suspense. Right, now, the other thing I needed to check is whether or not the lugs on the super switch actually fit inside the body of the guitar. And luckily, they did. Dang, I really wish my mic was working. Right now, I think I'm trying to explain to you that the next thing to do is put in the volume potentiometer and the pickup. Yeah, and now I'm flipping it over. And putting in the potentiometer, which just screws in, and is secured with a bolt, or I mean a nut, a thing that you tighten with a wrench. I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, there I'm putting it on. Yep. Oh, yeah, there's the wrench. Okay, I knew I did that. Right, and now I'm putting on the knob, which fits pretty nicely and is secured with a little screw thing that happens to be in that bag. It's very small, and I've already lost one of them. Luckily, there was a spare. And I just tighten it with a small screwdriver to lock the knob in place. Right, now I just have to put in the pickup, and in a second here, my mic will start working again, and I will explain why I have one pickup and a 5-way selector switch. Right, I think my microphone's been dying on me, but I got a new one. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is put in the pickup, and I'm going to also explain why the P-rails are so good. You might already know P-rails, but basically what they are is a P90 pickup, which is a single coil, but it's a really beefed up single coil. It sort of sounds like a humbucker. And then you've got this real thin single coil. Can't really see. Right there, it's a rail pickup, or blade pickup. And it's also single. So you can either have this big beefy single coil or a more normal sounding single coil, or You can turn them both on in series and have a humbucker, or you can turn them both on in parallel and have 2 single coils. So it's really 4 pickups. Anyway, these things are very cool, and yeah, they're made by Seymour Duncan, so that's fun. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna stick that in there. Right, getting this pickup in turned out to be a huge pain in the butt, and I ended up shooting a whole bunch of springs like across my workbench and losing them and having to steal some from my dad, but I eventually got it in. Right, and now that everything is nice and mounted to the pickguard, I have to do the very worst part of the project, which is wiring. Right, so I have finally finished the crazy wiring. Hey, Ezra. Be quiet! The crazy wiring. And now back to my well-organized room to screw the pickguard onto the guitar.
Don't edit settings.
Do you think you could get some like handheld action of me like screwing in these screws?
Oh yeah, just zoom in.
Yeah, just like pull it out and just like, because I want to get it like kind of from the side, you know? Like yeah, like artisan fire, you know?
Yeah, okay. Let's get some close
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, we all see that. Okay.
What?
Also put, oh, can you just say that with your hands?
Oh yeah. Hang on.
That's just stripping the screw.
No.
Oh, no, that's actually.
Boom. I'm putting all the screws on, and I'm gonna put the strings on, and I'm gonna turn it on, and it's not gonna work, and I'm gonna have to take them all off. But the thought is it's gonna be like big reveal.
And then.
And nothing. Because I could like be smart about it and like turn it on and see if it works.
Hello.
Oh my god, look at like give me the camera. That's just so pretty. Right now that I have attached the pickguard to the guitar, I need to solder one of the ground wires to this little metal plate in the back of the guitar, whose name I don't know. Also, I've breathed in a lot of lead solder while doing this, and if you decide you want to do this, make sure you don't do it in your room. Some punk rock on that little ukulele. Now I just have to screw on the white cover plate. You can kind of play all the small things. Oh wait, no, that's only because my ukulele is tuned like a guitar.
Yeah.
That's why I can play.
Which makes it not at all ukulele.
About 15% sure it's not gonna work. You're supposed to follow. Oh, good job following me.
85% sure it is gonna work? That's pretty great.
No, 15% sure it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. Okay. I'm gonna put it. Yeah. Oh wait.
Wow, this is interesting.
Oh. That's so great. All right, that worked pretty well, but not perfectly. Sounds pretty good. But it is currently stuck in humbucker position all the time. This humbucker now, when I have the switch in that position, humbucker in that position, all the other switches are mute. I don't know why that happened. It's a wiring problem that I don't know how to fix. And so I'm going to go to a guitar shop and see if they can fix it. That'll be part 2. I'll get that done. There's a couple of technical difficulties. I think I already said that. There's a couple of problems, just to make things more interesting if I change up my vocabulary. With the potentiometer, it's the wrong kind. I just didn't know. I can buy a new one. So yeah, next video I'll fix all that, do a little performance, play it, mess around with the tone. Yeah, that's everything. Like, subscribe, do all the stuff. If I forgot, like, what else are you supposed to do? Comment, share it. I don't know. All the YouTube stuff. Please do that. That would help me a lot. I only have like 11 subscribers right now, and I think they're all people I know and personally asked to subscribe. If you could be somebody, well, I don't know. Anyway, just do all that. Goodbye. I'll make another one.